Barack Obama's big Middle East summit at Camp David ended on Thursday with a lot of smiles and goodwill, but without any big announcements. Mr. Obama invited the countries of the Gulf Cooperation Council to a summit in the US to talk about Iran and the nuclear deal he is close to negotiating. There was none of the frosty tension that some predicted between the American president and his Gulf allies, who are all deeply worried about the nuclear talks with Iran. But neither did the summit produce a major change in the relationship between the US and the Gulf countries. The ever-present background to the meeting was Iran, who the Gulf nations fear will use a nuclear deal and the sanctions relief it might bring to expand what they see as a quest for regional domination. Anxious about Iran, many of those GCC governments have been pushing the US to offer the sort of formal defence commitments that it gives to allies such as Japan or the members of NATO. Before the summit, for instance, the United Arab Emirates said it wanted more than just the current gentleman's agreement that the US would have its back if it were ever attacked. Mr. Obama would not go that far, although he did say his support for the GCC nations from external threats was ironclad.
I am reaffirming our ironclad commitment to the security of our Gulf partners. We spent considerable time discussing Iran. I updated our Gulf partners on the negotiations toward a comprehensive deal to prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon. And I'm pleased that here at Camp David we agree that a comprehensive, verifiable solution that fully addresses the regional and international concerns about Iran's nuclear program is in the security interests of the international community, including our GCC partners.
At the same time, Mr. Obama did not get from the GCC a ringing endorsement of the nuclear deal with Iran, despite trying to allay all their concerns with a detailed briefing of the nuclear talks. The plus side for the Obama administration is that it avoided the sort of withering public criticism that was offered by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. But by announcing at the last minute that King Salman would not be attending the summit, Saudi Arabia, the most important GCC nation, had already made its point. Instead, the summit produced more modest ideas how the US and GCC can work better together, some of the sorts of things the Pentagon has been pushing for a good deal of time. The US, for instance, is going to help the GCC establish a more coordinated missile defense system. It will also provide more assistance against cyber attacks and from threats to seaborne commerce. US officials admit that these are not the big-ticket prestige weapons systems that some GCC countries would like, such as a new high-tech fighter jet. But they say this type of help addresses the actual threats the countries face from Iran. This is Geoff Dyer reporting for the Financial Times in Washington.